Hi, this is Prios. This video will be Jan Peter versus Gus. Jachtmann with ace-ace. Let's see if he plays it correct. Enjoy.
And Nicky's up about 55,000 by my maths. And Gus is almost even now. He's playing about 135,000, which would make him down.
Gus raises from the button. This is just a minimum raise. I don't like it. If he comes in for a raise, he should raise the maximum amount possible, or at least a bigger sizing than minimum.
5,000 on the day. So as you can see, the majority
Leon calls his raise, although he got a terrible hand.
of the players at the table are up, and that's why the crocodile has donated 70,000 today. He's lost 70,000.
Enjoy, guys.
Gus now has a standard call.
15-8. And you are playing how much more?
Just asked in the chat here about the croc. Where is he? Is he coming back? I'm not sure about that.
34.
He went to the cage to do a bit of business there, but he has not been seen since.
And Gus makes a call. Leon shouldn't have get involved in the first place, and now Vice defaults.
Just to remind you, if you just joined us, the crocodile just started playing Omaha yesterday.
See what's happening in
And
the town of Rostock.
the 3-bet by Jachtmann gets called by Hansen.
The flop isn't great for any of these players. Gus makes 2 pair and 2 backdoor flush draws plus a gut shot, and Jachtmann also has 2 pair, but the better ones with his overpair aces.
You happy with that? Because
I don't even know. I just know you're wearing sunglasses.
because you were like making a funny face. How much is in there now?
37,800.
27? 37.
It's not a great flop for aces, but he is heads up, and he will more than likely continue here.
That's 8,500.
Jachtmann decides to bet really small, not sure about his sizing, because this will allow Gus to see another card with a lot of weak hands that would have to fold against a regular sized bet. I definitely would go all in Jachtmann's shoes. I also wonder what his plan is if he gets raised. I guess he will call, as he is a calling station, but if we get raised, this would definitely be a tough spot, with no flush draws possible. This is another reason why I don't like sizing. I don't want to be in a spot where I don't know what to do. If I give Gus a range of 9s and 10s for value plus some wraps and most open-enders with a 10 or an overpair, we only got 27% against his shoving range.
And it's a very small bet.
8,500?
I would advise to call against a small sizing like this. And this is what Gus will do.
How can I fold?
Hansen has the 10s,
That's like impossible.
and he will be smart enough to know that Jachtmann more than likely has the aces. And that's a diamond draw.
He didn't look.
From
I
Gus
didn't look.
now.
I mean, it's all exciting. We're playing like no look.
No look pass, you know that? Football.
He has a good shot straight draw also.
The turn improves Gus' hand a bit. And Jachtmann now checks. No clue what his plan is. It is also really hard to analyze this spot, as Gus will call the flop really light against the chosen sizing. He might also slow play some 9s and don't raise all of them on the flop. Let's see let's assume he slow plays all boats and calls all sort of weak drawing hands. Let's also assume he slow plays some nines, and that gives us, and he will also shove better reps and call with the weak ones. I think it's just one weak rep I gave him in his calling range. Against that range, we only have 32% on the turn. But as I already said, it's really hard to assume a range for Gus, as we don't know how his tendencies are. But the estimations we made are the best we have. So shoving now is clearly plus EV, given the size of the pot and the money left in the player stacks. Checking is only good when you expect Gus to bluff all his missed hands. If you expect Gus to take a free card, checking is not good. This is also hard to estimate, as we don't have strong reads on him. If we check here, it has to be under the assumption that Gus is aggressive and will bluff, and therefore we have to go for the check raise in case Gus is not putting all the chips in.
54,000 in the pot.
By the way, this is our equity on the turn. No, it isn't. This is our equity on the turn against the range I described.
$9,500.
Jachtmann has checked. And Jachtmann is not that deep behind. He's only playing 25,000 behind. And if he calls this bet, which looks like he's done,
Friendly.
he's only going to leave him 15 grand.
Gus bets small and Jachtmann just calls. As I said, I don't like it here, as there are many tough rivers, and if Gus picked up a flush draw on the turn, we want to charge him maximum and don't let him realize his potential equity for cheap.
Behind with a 75 grand pot. And
on the river, we see a really tough card. Jachtmann now has to check again. He has to check call, to be more precise. Given the assigned ranges, if we assume Gus will continue bluffing, our equity is too good to fold, although the river looks like a disaster. But this is so hard to guess on the table without having help from solvers. That's why I want him to shove the turn, to not have this tough river spots. This is our equity on the river. Now let's see how this hand played out.
there's no way Jachtmann would call a bet here if Gus can fire again. If Gus can put in a 15,000, 16,000 bet here, I'm sure he'll get through.
22,200.
And it doesn't matter what size the bet is, it's all in to Jachtmann, who's playing 16,000. Now he has a lot invested in the pot. It's 16,000 euro to call here. There's 100,000 in the pot. This is interesting, but Gus is going to double up Jachtmann here. And Jachtmann wins a giant pot here.
Jachtmann calls and can double up. I still don't like how he played the hand at some of the decision points. If he made the turn check raise, he would also have gotten in all funds. If he shoved the flop, Gus might have folded his hand and he could have avoided huge variance. And if Gus called, it would have led to the same result as he played the hand. But in this case of events, Jachtmann wouldn't been able to make any mistakes later in the hand. Here he could have made big mistakes, for example if he folded the river or the turn. So the lesson to learn here is, if you don't know what to do on later streets and you can choose a line with the same EV that will avoid tough river or turn decisions later, do so. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the clip and learned something. If that's the case, please subscribe and or like. Bye, until next time.